got a cool episode for you guys today on Champion Cycle.
Welcome to another Wheel to Wheel, guys. I'm Dan from Champion Cycle. We're gonna give you guys the lowdown, the slowdown, the showdown on this 2019 Yamaha R6 fully built track machine. This is a CSBK race series SOAR racing machine from down here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. In the CSBK series, they race nationally, so obviously it's in different provinces, but this kind of will give you the idea of what you need to have your bike fully decked out for the track. Not all this stuff is mandatory, but I mean, if you want to build a serious track weapon, this bike has every single piece of the puzzle, every single item for the recipe to have a serious weapon at the track, no matter what track you go to. Stay tuned, guys, this one will be cool.
We got a legendary reality from Valley, Canada in here.
What happened to your beard?
Well, we can make a mustache to that.
Bro, this is like...
I grow like a boar.
This is like the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, this is 2 weeks, bro.
So, buddy, you want to tell us about your sweet, sweet race machine here?
Well, so this is like a Yamaha R6 2019. So we bought brand new from the dealership, drop it off here at Champion Cycle, and he did his magic. So front and rear suspension, racing electronics, brakes, anything. So the Champion Cycle 3.
So what's your favorite thing about this machine, man?
The exhaust, like it's so loud.
It's so loud, let's hear it. Sounds amazing. It sounds like it hurts feelings, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, on the track maybe.
Oh, dang. Oh, yeah. You guys want to square up with that real Italian racing?
Yeah, we have some good touch. Champion Cycle sticker everywhere. Some of our sponsors that we thank you. And
you want to shout out some of your sponsors? Say thank you.
Well, we have thank you to Acro Volkville.
Is that a Honda sponsor on a Yamaha machine?
Moto, Sika, Apple Glass, Euro-Race, Samcor, and of course Champion Cycle that they assist us with all their technical support and how to work on the bike. And yeah, well, let's see this year what's happening.
What's your schedule like this year? Are you just going out and gonna compete this year?
We're gonna try to do some SOAR racing this year. It all depends about the weather and you know, support from other sponsors that, you know, this COVID-19 kind of had some stuff, and let's see, but we're here to have a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, buddy. Dude, thanks for coming out, man. You're a legend.
So what I'll do, guys, is I'll give you a start to finish, front to back kind of rundown on the goodies we have on this particular bike. Again, you don't have to go this crazy. I mean, this bike is pretty much the ultimate weapon in terms of an R6. It's all you really need to really compete at the national level anywhere. So obviously we have our race bodywork. Race bodywork is race bodywork. You can get any type. I mean, race bodywork is race bodywork. We got a Puke double bubble windscreen. Obviously, you're gonna need some aerodynamic help. The best brakes in the business, aside from going to Brembo and all that hokey pokey, brake tech, cast iron, full floating rotors. As you guys see the movement, they're honestly incredible. They pair well with Ferodo carbon race brake pads. We got a set of braided brake lines. As you can see by the markings on the fork tubes, we do actually have Öhlins full internals in these forks. As you guys can see up here, we didn't put offset front triples, like a lot of you guys will see the Attack Racing or Forsaken Motorsports or other brand offset front triples. This Gen R6 actually doesn't gain much from them, so we don't bother doing them unless the guy requests it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's aesthetics on this bike because it doesn't really need them. We have a nice Öhlins dampener, keep everything all secured. We have our Yoyodyne Moto holders, fairing stay and gauge bracket. We have Vortex clip-ons. As you guys can see, we have a Brembo RCS Brake Master. To compete in our race series, we need a front brake guard, so we have a little Rizoma front brake guard. We have some Renthal light race grips. Obviously, you guys can see the kind of rubber mess up in the grips. That's just from him strapping it down in his car and him strapping it down to bring it here. He kind of pulled it, so we'll just blow it out with an air line and straighten it back out. We have a Ladybird bracket and a Brembo hose to kind of keep it all nice and tidy and clean. That pretty much is it for the front. Light-Tech race gas cap. We have GB Racing engine protection, Vortex rear sets, fully adjustable and solid, full Hindle race exhaust. Hindle actually sponsors and supports a lot of Canadian motorsports in terms of CSBK at our national level. So a lot of the guys run Hindle because they actually pay a contingency program and they support Canadian motorsports. And being a Canadian company, why not give back to those giving to motorsports in general here in Canada? Light-Tech chain adjusters, because anybody who has them knows those things are just straight clutch when you're at the track and when you're fooling around. I mean, the less you have to do, the better. We got some nice sticky Dunlop rubber. Keep the thing on the ground. Again, Dunlop is our CSBK spec tire. So we're running Dunlop because that is our spec tire. It's not our personal slick of choice, but at the end of the day, a slick's a slick. They all have their negatives, they all have their positives. This bike was built as a CSBK spec, so we run the spec tire, which is that Dunlop slick. We have the same braided lines going around front to back. If you notice, the brake lines go from the rear caliper to the front master for the rear brake. What that is we've eliminated the ABS on this bike entirely. Obviously, anybody who's racing knows you don't care for ABS generally. We have a Moto holders aluminum race subframe to kind of keep the thing a little more bulletproof. Under the hood, as you would say, I know you guys can't see it, but we have the full Yamaha race harness as well as the full Yamaha kit race ECU. So that's why, if you notice, there is no actual key or key fob area, and you notice the little dongle. As soon as you see that little dongle, you already know it's got the race harness, and the dongle is essentially our key. We've relocated the rectifier, as you can see up here. If you can kind of get the camera into the side there, we have the rectifier kind of relocated inside there. We kind of have everything needed done for this machine to compete at the national level. We have the full Öhlins TTX rear shock, as you guys can see. I mean, obviously there's a couple of the little things you guys know we can do, but none of it is mandatory for us, so we don't bother with things we don't need to do. As you see, we have the Vortex 520 chain and sprocket conversion kit, and we have the bike geared for one of our racetracks that we'll be racing at next. That's pretty much it, guys. That's kind of the lowdown on pretty much what we have. Obviously there's some other aluminum bolts and, you know, D-Zeus fasteners and some light race type stuff, but nothing major. That's pretty much what we've done to this bike. Again, you don't need to go this balls to the walls if you're doing just kind of an everyday track machine, but I mean, if you want to build the ultimate R6 track weapon pretty much for every era from 06 R6R, not S, to current, I mean, this is pretty much the recipe. Depending who you talk to, there's a couple other, oh, I would do this, I would do that, different brands this, different brands that, but at the end of the day, the manufacturer of the item isn't the main thing, but the components to the recipe are what make the soup, right? So I mean, this kind of gets you guys what you need to know, man. Gets you on the track. If you really want to build a sick machine, this is what you want to do to an R6.
Yeah, so it's like a bike mechanic. What's it like to service these things? Like, what are some tips if some people watching want to get into this? Like, what do they look for? I mean, what's the stuff to do, man, if you want to build a track weapon?
Well, the main thing you're trying to accomplish is to make the bike unbreakable. Meaning, when the bike crashes after you've spent the day and the time and the money to get yourself to the track, if the bike crashes, you want to be able to pick it up and keep going. That's priority number one. So that being said, you need to make sure you do clip-on handlebars, you want to do billet, rear sets, you want to do an aluminum fairing stay, stuff like that, because that's what's going to keep your bike up on the track no matter what happens. If the bike falls down and you have factory cast levers, they're going to snap, and then all of a sudden you're out of a track day just because you broke a lever. If the bike hits the floor with a factory cast handlebar is going to snap, you're out of a track day because of a handlebar. Same rule applies to the rear sets, same rule applies to the engine cases. Little nonsense like that, you don't want that to ruin your day. So obviously if you can buy some billet parts for that, you can do that. You can buy good stuff like, you know, Vortex clip-ons, Vortex rear sets. We have GB racing covers. We have Yo-Yo Dyne and Moto bracket fairing stays and Brembo Masters and blah, blah, blah. You can do all that kind of crazy stuff, or if you really want to do it on a budget, you can do that too. I mean, nowadays you can go online and find some cheapo Chinesium stuff that will do the same job, not at the same caliber, but it'll get what you need done. So I mean, you can go on the high end of the Richter scale, or you can go on the bottom end. At the end of the day, you're gonna have the same amount of fun, so it really depends on how serious you are about the track and competing. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks again for watching another Wheel to Wheel. This Wheel to Wheel was on our buddy Michele from Ovale Canada's personal R6 race bike. Hope you guys enjoyed some of his commentary and him telling you about his feelings on the bike and racing and stuff like that. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Again, any questions, guys, don't forget to hit us up. Please don't forget, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Watch some of our other videos. We've got a lot of cool things coming your way and already passed. We'll see you guys around, man. Enjoy the next one.
Yeah, Zach.
Be like, limited run Aprilia Ovale birth child. Ooh. With full Öhlins, Brembo, 17-inch wheels, like it's a Moto GP. Like it's, anyway.
Sign me up, I'll take one.
No, you can't be telling the people.
Nah.